We here to celebrate the departure of our friend, our brother, father, our colleague, Mr. Guedimon Coulibaly. You know him all, but let me start by saying, remembering that time is limited, and help us focus on what truly matters. Today, why we here? We here because of the passing of our friend, our father, brother of Mr. Coulibaly. We like to call him Mr. Coulibaly. His passing makes us reflect on death, because death can help us cultivate wisdom. Death is not the destination we all share. No one has ever escaped it. And that is as it should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life. It is life change agent, said Steve Jobs. Much like astronauts looking back at Earth, contemplating the end of life provides a macro perspective. It shrinks our ego, expand our empathy. When I remember that I won't be here forever, I begin to live with greater purpose, clarity, and wisdom. Thinking about death makes us wiser, and today that wisdom reminds us of the fullness of a life well lived. We gather today to honor the departure of someone who served as a father, a teacher, a friend, and a man who contributed meaningfully to society. Not one word defines him completely, but together they reveal a life of purpose, impact, and care. Coulibaly was always frank and sincere in his comments, speaking with honesty and heart. He was a hard-working man, a man of vision, guided by purpose and integrity. Today, we here just to think about the good thing, the advice he gave us. Sometimes he rebuked us, right, Dr. Kofi? Sometimes, he come and make peace with us. He was a gentleman among us. Today, we hear some of you, we crying, we miss him. But let me remind you, one day I'll be going. All of us one day will be going. We cannot escape death. But one thing we can do for sure, we can leave a legacy. He's gone. He paid his dues. What about us today? That's why today I want to welcome his family, friends, significant other, a colleague to tell you, do as he did. He taught many students, and we have one here, Veronica. We have Daisy. Who else we have? Oh,
Online.
yes, and we have also a lot of students online that he taught. That's why you're here today. You're here because of the impact that he had on you. Those of us who are living, let us do likewise.
Now we will welcome Dr. Moise Kofi for the welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
To those who are here in person, who are connected virtually, students, colleagues, friends, and family, thank you for coming together today to honor the life of a great man, my dear friend and colleague, Mr. Coulibaly. Today we gather not only in sorrow, but in gratitude. Gratitude for a life dedicated to service, a life dedicated to education, a life dedicated to success of others. Mr. Coulibaly joined the Proyecto Access program 20 years ago as a mathematics teacher. Around the same time, I became the director of the program, and I was lucky enough to have him. And then from the beginning, I knew I was working with someone exceptional. As a certified teacher from the New York City Board of Education, he was teaching algebra and geometry with rigor and passion. But more importantly, he believed deeply in his student. Through his work, we strengthened our partnership with neighboring high schools, such as Hostos Lincoln Academy of Science, the Health Opportunity High School, and to prepare our students for the region exams in algebra and geometry. And the results spoke for themselves. Within just 5 weeks of the duration of our summer program, each summer, our students achieved extraordinary outcomes. From 2006 to 2014, our student pass rate in algebra and geometry region went from 70% to 100%, exceeding the state average of about 50 to 60%, if I recall. But behind those numbers was someone far more meaningful, a teacher who believed in his student, who refused to let them fail, and who worked tirelessly to prepare them not only for exam, but for life. Mr. Coulibaly's influence extended beyond the classroom. In our staff meetings, like Professor Dorsey pointed out, he will rebuke us. He was not afraid to speak up, but he was requesting changes. or recommendation, sometimes in a way to embarrass us. And then I will ask him, Mr. Coulibaly, we were in the office. Why didn't you talk to me privately? And then you wait to rebuke me in front of everybody? He said, if I talk to you privately, you will not implement these changes, I know. So when I embarrass you in front of everybody, I'm sure that you will do it. So, but over time, I came to value his honesty. He spoke not to criticize, but to improve. He made us better as a team, and he made me better as a leader. He was also a trusted advisor to me. Whether it was understanding the curriculum in the New York State education system, whether it was curriculum improvement or managing student conduct, his insight was thoughtful, practical, and grounded in experience. But what I will remember most is how present he was in the lives of our students. For those who know our program, we provide free lunches to our students outside campus. We used to cross together the Grand Concourse, to escort our students to free lunch. Or 149th Street, imagine serving over 160 students and crossing the streets with our students, with the kids. It's not easy. But he was taking care of that. He was helping. And then not only that, he will organize the kids until we go to have Opportunity High School to have free lunch. And on the lunch side, he will organize students. Will serve them. And even when we leave the free lunch side, he will clean up. Yes, he will organize everything. So, Mr. Coulibaly really impacted the lives of our students in so many ways. It's not only in the classroom. And then, beside the free lunch trips, we used to travel to educational trip. We have educational trip. We used to go to Central Park. We used to go to museums. And imagine traveling with 150 students in the subway, where we were trying to organize them in 3 to 5, 4 subway cars. And then to tell you a story, when we had our first trip, myself, we were going to Central Park, but I was supposed to lead everybody, but I was lost. And then when we go to Central Park, we'll organize students to play. They will play, and then he will joke. He has a sense of humor. He will joke with them. He will encourage them. So also, we used to travel to Donny Park or Six Flags with our students. In 5 buses. It's not easy. Even with the parents, we went together. Yes. And I remember one time, it was really raining, pouring, but I wanted to cancel the trip. I said no. But this was good because our students were given the opportunity to go outside, to explore other things. So, Mr. Coulibaly really supported those students who were facing challenges. I remember one day we went to Donny Park, and then one of the students was sick. I did not know what to do. He was taking care of that. He was supporting them, I was panicking. So he was very supportive during our program's major event. For those who know the Prayer to Access program, we have the opening day orientation. And I remember we welcome, over 300 people on campus for the opening day session. But it's not easy because we have to organize the facilities, the chairs, and so many things to welcome, parents, instructors. So Coulibaly was there for that. He was helping me. And also, after our opening day, for those who know our program, we have our engineering day. Because our programs is designed to provide STEM courses and to increase the number of minority participation in STEM disciplines. We were teaching algebra, geometry, physics, engineering, computer science, everything. And then on engineering day, we used to test our student project. So Mr. Coulibaly was helping in the testing of the project because it was a competition, robotic competition, tower competition, bridge competition. And not only that, he was helping in judging the project. Because the last day of the program, we gave award to our student. So he was helping in these events. And above all, he was a human. Mr. Coulibaly was kind, loyal, punctual, reliable, full of energy, and deeply committed to the success of Prayer to Access. He brought warmth to our team with his sense of humor. He had a gift for resolving conflict with wisdom and calm, especially when working with students and their families. He was not only a teacher, but also a mentor, an advisor, a leader who helped shape the direction of our program. Mr. Coulibaly lived a life of legacy. Mr. Coulibaly dedicated nearly 2 decades of service, friendship, and excellence to others, impacting the lives of more than 5,000 students in our community. His legacy is not measured only in numbers, but in the confidence, achievement, and dream he helped inspire. I would say that Mr. Coulibaly lived a bigger life than himself by serving others. His life work continued to live on through every student he guided and every life he touched. So to his children and his family, I want to say this. Your father was a great man. He built a legacy of impact, integrity, and love. He set an example not only for his students, but for all of us. His life work will continue to inspire generations, and his memory will live on everything we do. My friend, I will miss you. I will miss your honesty, your laughter, your dedication, and even our disagreements. Thank you for everything you gave to us, to this program, and to the community we serve. May you rest in peace. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My deepest condolences to the family. What a beautiful thing that we could gather and celebrate the life of someone that we've been hearing, right? The impact that he had, not just on his family, but on a community program. Imagine that more than 5,000 students to have the privilege of being touched, of being guided, of being mentored, and yes, being loved. Even though many times it was tough love, he did give them what they needed. My role as a parent coordinator was nothing short of a privilege and honor to have met this beautiful person. One of my fond memories have always been, sometimes the students didn't understand and they would come and say, "Is that, he said this." And I would say, because young people sometimes misunderstand what an adult is trying to teach them. And I would say, listen to what he's saying. Do you want to pass the class? Or do you want to have to repeat that region? I want to pass. Then you have to do as he says. And they did. And to see them coming, to know that they passed that region, that they needed, right, to be able to move on. That was beautiful. To walking into a classroom and the most shy student at the beginning, that first week, didn't want to talk, didn't want to go to the board. And by the second, third week, fourth week of that program, they were at the board with him, not feeling ashamed, scared, afraid, embarrassed if they were wrong. It didn't matter because they were learning. They were doing it his way. And he was able to break those barriers of embarrassment, of shame that so much crosses our community sometimes. And he would tell them, no, you're going to do it and this is how. And there's no reason to be embarrassed because you are worth it. He put value on their work, on their life, and everything that they did in that classroom. So the one that was maybe guarding their space by the end of that summer was relaxed, was laughing with him, understood his jokes. Even though at the beginning they thought, what do you say? No. And he earned their love, their respect, and they understood that he cared about them. And that's what our kids need, teachers like him. So while Dr. Coffey will be nervous and anxious, Mr. Coulibaly was calm and collected. He knew how to reach out, how to touch their lives. And even if sometimes there was a rough start, by the end of the semester, everybody was at ease. He made that happen. He made that happen. None of us are perfect. And we could say, that our students would say, oh, he was, but at the end, they understood the message. And they left loving him, laughing, joking, sharing memories. So it was an honor. It was an honor to be advised by him. He said, you need to call this parent. You need to speak with this student. Let's find out why he can't understand this. And I did my work and I reported back to him. And he said, okay, so I know what to do. And he did. He knew what to do. More teachers like that, right? Yes. How beautiful to be able to not just come and do right in the surface. No, he digged in to be able to touch them. My dearest condolences to the family again. And know that he was a great man. That he loved you guys. And that he has left a legacy on his community, on our program, on our lives, and on his students. Thank you.
Yep, perfect.
Okay, I was one of the instructors, one of the summers. I can't remember which year that was, but I met Mr. Coulibaly during that time, and he was like one of the veteran instructors there. And so just discussing with him what to do on certain tasks. I think I was teaching Algebra 2 and trigonometry, something like that at the time. And as people mentioned before, Dr. Kofi and others, right? Very blunt, straight to the point, no nonsense. Kind of knew what he wanted to do and how to approach it. You know, it was always concise, straight to the point, and you know, it could be quite daunting joining a program because it was my first time joining as an instructor. I actually worked as a C-STEPS tutor also in the health center here, but just during the time that we met. Wasn't very long, but that was my first summer there as an instructor. He was, just gave me tips, gave me ideas on how to approach certain things in terms of how to handle certain students and whatnot. And of course, during engineering day and that kind of thing, it was very instrumental and whatnot. And I think one time, he served as a judge in many different capacities, but always, and I remember certainly the lunches, taking all those students over to the different schools and whatnot. That was certainly a challenge, but very strong leadership skills, very task oriented, very dedicated, and very sincere in this approach. You know, at the end of the day, he didn't apologize for what he did because at the end of the day, it's about the heart, right? The intent, right? Even though this time here wasn't as long as we'd like, it's good to know the quality of the time that was spent here. And these are the key things we want to look at. Is the time, the quality. This is how you remember somebody, how you remember their legacy. And also let that be a time for you to now make decisions going forward, knowing that time is short. What are you going to do with your time? And what are people going to say about you when it's your turn? I want to thank Mr. Coulibaly for all he's done, for his dedication, and all he's taught me. Thank you.
Thank you. It's fine. Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and to the family. Our highest condolences, definitely. I just really want to say that I met Mr. Coulibaly when my daughters attended the CSTEP program many years ago or some years ago. And that's when I started interacting with him here and there because I'm really a professor here in the math department, not necessarily in the program. So my impression from him is a person with a lot of respect, very decent, always happy, and always the love for his work of what he did. Yes, it's like you come in contact with him, immediately you feel this energy. But what I really would like to share is here as a mother, you know how, instinctively and how careful we are. Women tend to be very picky on this. Immediately, when I met him, when I knew he was around my daughters, I knew my daughters were safe. I knew kids are safe. I know all of us were safe around him. And that's a lot because it's something it doesn't take so many years, so long. It's instantaneously that you feel the type of person he is. So I feel a great privilege in having him in our lives, in my family, myself. I remember him perfectly, and I think I have a lot to take with me in my life. So it's very thank you for Proyecto Access and for Step to, giving us the opportunity to share this special moment with the family and with Mr. Coulibaly. So thank you, Mr. Coulibaly, definitely, and thank you for making this possible. Thank you.
Is that it? Okay. Is this the morning? What time is it? Oh dear. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry, I have an infant. There's things you don't remember after that. To the family, I remember meeting some of you years ago, but it's been a while, so nice to see everyone again. I am one of Coulibaly, as we used to call him, one of his first students when he joined Proyecto Access over 20 years ago. 20 years, was it? 20 years? Yeah.
20 years.
My name, sorry. My name is Listona. People call me Tony now, but back then I was Listona. And I joined Proyecto Access 20 something years ago. So before he was even running the ship, I started the program, and then I was there when he took over. And when Deandra texted me, I'm going to be very honest, I don't even remember what class it was that he taught me. I know it was math, and I know I took something away from it because I am also now a professionally certified math teacher in the state of New York. But if I could tell you what I remember the most, even if it wasn't exactly what math he taught on what day, it was the fact that no matter what happened, he put a smile on. And it feels like that's small, but when you're a youngster, or in my case, a teenager, and everything is weird and not the way you would hope, even if you say something that is not the way it should go, or you think things are not the way, he just smiled. That was the first thing he started with. Even if he was about to roast you afterwards and tell you how this is not going to work out, he smiled. He did. And that's one of the things that I remember. Like, we would come in, Coulibaly would bother him, Coulibaly this, Coulibaly, and he would just smile. Like, y'all funny, but okay. And in my career, I now am an independent consultant. I'm a mathematics consultant, and I am also a parent coach. And the number one thing that I always have to help adults do is to just smile. And I think, oh, shoot. Thank you. No, she'll start singing after that, and it will be a very loud song. I think I've gained so many experiences through life that affect who I am now and what I do for a career. And after speaking to Deandra for the last few days, that was the first thing I remembered. And I think that's probably where I got it from. The fact that no matter what we did, what we said to him, what craziness came out of her mouth, why we didn't have our homework, the first thing he did was smile. What might come afterwards, all right, fine. We always deserve it, right? Yeah, we deserve it. Yeah, sure. But the way to control your nervous system and then be level-headed about what to do next is to smile. And with what's going on now in the world, everything is very, very tense. Raising children is tense. Teaching children is tense. Sitting next to people that you do not know is tense. And we have a large work to do in whatever our capacities are, whether it's advocacy or teaching or just being a partner, a community member, a friend. And the most important thing for me is you start and you smile because it relaxes you. And I cannot remember for the life of me anything else about that class. I tell you, it's been over 20 years. But I know that every time we ran up to him and bothered that man about something, the first thing he started with a smile. So if there's anything that I would leave, because I take every event as something we learn from. right? It's a shame to waste what we don't learn from. If there's ever a situation, no matter what it means that you have to do, I suggest that we all take a page from his book, or at least the book I remember it from 20 years ago. And I mean, even I got to be part of those staff meetings after a while as a staff of Project Access as well. And yeah, he came in there, he said some things, but he always led with the smile. So I think that's the one charge that I think I can spread, that we should just lead with that smile, start with it, and then do what you have to do afterwards, and don't apologize, because we are meant to take up space.
Thank you.
Ronnie.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Soho, and I'm talking on behalf of my daughter because she was not able to join in, and I was a colleague of Coulibaly at Proheto, even though I'm a professor at hostels in mathematics department. So my daughter, first of all, she did not want to join the summer program. So she was very, very, very shy, and she was reluctant. And her condition was, if you are not there, Daddy, I'm not going to do it. I said, don't worry about it. I'll be there. I may not be in your class, but I'll be there. So you can always come to join me. So, and we arrived, and one of her first class that she's supposed to take was Coulibaly is supposed to be the instructor. And then we get there, I say, oh, here is my brother. So, because when I say your brother, he said, oh, you have brother here? You didn't tell me. I said, yes. So he's my brother. So with him, you're fine. And right there, my daughter, whole impression just changed. And she feel like secure, and plus near to why I just mentioned it. My daughter was safe. She did not feel like okay, she need me anymore. She just said, okay, Dad, thank you, I'm going class now. And I was hoping that during the lunch break I would see my daughter. I didn't see her. So at the end of the day, she recollected herself and she said, oh, Daddy, so your brother was my teacher, and we talk about algebra, and he really explained everything without screaming at me. I said, why are you saying that? He said, because every time that you explain me something, you always say, why you didn't know this? Why you didn't know this? He didn't say that. I said, oh, really? So do you prefer him? I said, oh yeah, I'll come next year again. Even for the first day of attending, she was already planning for the following year. And Coulibaly was a wonderful person, and a wonderful colleague, a wonderful brother, and he always believed that as a professional, that our responsibility is to nurture kids, is to set a good example. That example may not be necessary to guide them on the right path directly, but that good example is just to say that I'm here for you. I'm not going to talk at you, but I'm here. I bring myself to your level, so talk to me so that we can communicate. And that he instilled that in not only in my daughter, but in every student that I believe that he encountered. So for that, we will celebrate him, we will miss him, and we wish that he will have a wonderful peace in whatever journey he embark on the other side. Thank you.
I can give a reflection. It's David Kofi. Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to start off by saying, my condolences to the family. Adrian, Andrew, I'm truly sorry for your loss. So I started the program pretty young. As soon as I came in, Mr. Coulibaly was an uncle to me. He took me as his own, and he was my math teacher for algebra and geometry. I can attribute my success on the Regents because of him, most definitely, because he wasn't afraid to tell me that I'm wrong. Being Dr. Kofi's son, I know some of the teachers held back a bit, giving me instruction, but he was not. And I really appreciate him for that. Outside of his great teaching, he was also a very funny guy. He would always send me to go and grab coffee for him, treating me like his child, even up until when I got to college. Came back, I was excited to see him. The first thing he told me was to go and grab him some coffee. So, I really, really appreciate him for, being real with me. We used to talk a lot about a lot of things, about soccer, about career, and he would give me really good advice, very good advice, because he was honest, was kind. So I can attribute my success now to him, because his contribution to my learning, his honesty, and also his guidance really helped me. I really do miss him, and it's sad to see him go, but he really was family to me. Being a part of the program, we're all family. Mr. Coulibaly really made everybody smile, made everybody laugh. And like Listona said, I was also a part of some of the staff meetings, witnessing those moments where Mr. Coulibaly would call people out and everything. I did pick up some of those habits, and I also got yelled at, but I was too young and dumb at the time. But man of character, very smart and very kind. So I just want to thank him for what I've learned from him, what he's taught me. And I just sad to see him go, but he will always live in our hearts. That's what I wanted to share about Mr. Coulibaly.
Kuli was a friend, a dear friend, and we come from the same country. And by the way, my name is Dr. Serme, Abdurrahman Serme. I will tell everybody that we shouldn't be afraid. It's in a better place. And we should just pray for his soul to remain in peace. And he will be in peace because he touched so many people. And so many people will pray for his soul to rest in peace. And I know he's in a better place. So I will tell his sons, I will tell his daughter, he was always talking about his daughter, always talking about his daughter being in a good learning environment, and really working hard for her to continue being in where she's learning. That really touched me, like making sure that his daughter, his son will continue their education. That really, really, really touched me. And to his sons, to his daughter, to his wife and his ex, I will say, is in better place, and we all pray for him, for his soul to rest in peace. And I will say that he's in paradise, in a better place, and we pray for him to remain to rest in peace. And it touched a lot of students. All those students are not here today, but I know that all those students will pray for him, and all those knowledge that he passed to all those will be his legacy in this world. And all those will be something that will help him. I mean, right now, that is helping him right now. Because like I said, for those, I don't know, for those who believe, one of the questions that will be asked for you, what did you do with the knowledge that they gave you? Like, one of the questions will be, what did you do with the knowledge that I gave you? And the knowledge will be, I pass it. For him, could forgive us, but for him, it will be, I pass my mathematical knowledge to many students. And I think that today we celebrate his legacy, we celebrate his life, but I will assure everybody that he is in a better place, and we always pray for him. So I will thank everybody who is here today. I will thank Kofi. I will thank all of those who are here today, because this is very important to really celebrate his life. And I thank you for doing this. I thank his family, I thank his sons, I thank his daughter, I thank all those that he touched. And this is a reminder to all of us that we're not immortal. There will be one day we all will taste death. And that's a reminder to be nice to each other, to put each other together. We all family, and we all will taste death. So we all family. Let's be nice to each other. Let's live Jesus' life. Somebody hit you in the this cheek here. Give this one. So let's be nice to each other. Let's recognize that we're not immortal. Let's recognize one day we're going to lay like Him. So I think that's what we all need to take from this. And I thank everybody for doing this. I thank everybody for speaking today. And many people couldn't attend, and I'm grateful. I'm really grateful. And I thank all of those who are here today. Thank you so much. And thank you. May He rest in peace. And I know He's in a better place. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I could say a few words, if you guys don't mind. So my name is Uchak Sobi. I honestly can't remember the class I was in, but probably around 2006 to 2009 era of NASA STEP. Mr. Coulibaly was my geometry teacher at the time, and I think in life, where we're all students at times, we remember some of those teachers, and Mr. Coulibaly would be one of those teachers that I'll probably remember for the rest of my life. I don't think it was because of his teaching skills, even though he was a great teacher and very good person, but more so I think it speaks to the type of man that he was. Very humble, very open-minded, a great teacher, not just with mathematics, but with life as well. He always had comparisons, and he always put students for the number one priority, not just with taking regents, but with helping people out with different circumstances or situations, or even just understanding, what side of, he would say, oh, solve this angle, will be 45 degrees, and we'll go through those practices. But I think he was teaching us more about patience and figuring out problems that we won't just see in the classroom, but we'll see throughout our lives. So my condolences to the family. We've lost a great man for sure. And to your point, Dr. Kofi, earlier, their legacy will live on, and his legacy will also live on with our memories and how we celebrate him today and throughout many days in life.
That's okay. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Here in this room. So good to be with you all, and my sinceres. I really feel like I'm a part of your family because of Mr. Coulibaly. Of course, I was also, my name is Jesse, by the way. I was one of his students, and I believe it was in 2011 when I started coming to NASA for Access. And yeah, I met Coulibaly, and he was just such a tremendous person in the sense that I came, of course, immigrated from the same country, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. And in coming here, I would say that Mr. Coulibaly was like my first proper African uncle, like the whole meme of just, his accent, his personality just being like exactly what I didn't see where I lived, because we would travel from Poughkeepsie, New York, every single day to come down here. I didn't have the sort of access to diversity and community from folks of different countries, especially from our continent, our country where I live. And so coming down here as such a young person, I was going into the 5th grade, so I was very young. And meeting Mr. Coulibaly, he really showed me sort of like what my people were like. And it actually gave me so much pride to know that like, hey, I'm here young, but here's this man who I can look up to, right, literally. And so I would say that Mr. Coulibaly was, of course, a man of deep intellect, right? Geometry teacher for me, but he just loved math. There's a sort of saying among the people in our generation that he just loves the game. Like he loved the game. He really loved his craft. He took it very seriously and taught it very passionately and charismatically. And
that made you want to learn more and go deeper into learning these things as a kid. And so for me, like he really helped establish that foundation of my learning, which I think really set such a strong, like I said, bedrock for you to take off academically, you know. And so therefore I attribute so much of my academic successes to him and getting, you know, college degree and a master's degree and such. He was a man of wisdom. As David said earlier, he just always had good advice to share. You could come to him and bring anything, whether it be in class or whether it be in life, and he always would share his 2 cents, and you would leave knowing that would, at the very least, get you to approach things in a way that you never considered before. So he was a man of wisdom. He was a man that cared. He genuinely cared for all of his students, and you could see that again through the wisdom and him being able to share just and speak into your life. But for me, this is something that happened very recently and really touched me. So like I said, I'm coming here from Poughkeepsie. I made the drive, hour and a half, just to be here because of how much he meant to me. And I'm representing my family as well. So my brother, he also knew Bethwell and my family as well. We recently ourselves also lost our grandma, and Mr. Coulibaly actually drove up to Poughkeepsie, you know, last year, 2024, so a couple years ago, to, you know, share his condolences with my family. So he entered into my house and, you know, sat with my mom and my brother. I was away at the time, but just the fact that he even did that, he didn't know my grandmom, but like I said, because, you know, we have those roots that go so deep and so many years and decades back, the fact that he came really meant a lot for me. And so I come here also just representing my mom and my brother who couldn't make it today, that you know, we really appreciate just his heart and his care and his compassion that was just so evident with everyone that he came in contact with. And truly, I would say lastly that, you know, Mr. Coulibaly was just a man's man. He was a man's man. What that term means is just, again, like I said, I knew him as a boy, but having him sort of acting as a male role model and that, again, fatherhood figure, he was an uncle to me. And seeing how he conducted himself, his attitude, his personality, it was so infectious. Like the joy that he embodied, the smile, even like as I look on, you know, the cover of the program here, he even has like a grin. You could not remove his smile. You could not remove the joy in his heart. The jokes that he would crack, and there were a lot of them. There were a lot of them. It's almost as if, you know, he was just an unending jokester. But a man's man is not just someone that's nice and kind. He also challenges you. He pushes you. He understands the potential that you have, and is doing everything to draw that out of you, because he wants you to, you know, rise up to that position in order to, you know, later on be an influence to other children. And I would say that that's where I am right now as well. You know, in teaching and coaching, I'm able to also have that influence over these kids, and, you know, they're very impressionable. And Mr. Coulibaly, even to this day, like I remember how it was that he would guide me, whether it be in the lessons that he would give or just the life advices. And I aim to emulate that and the kids that, you know, I now oversee. So genuinely, I would say Mr. Coulibaly, he was really cool, and he quite literally put the cool in Coulibaly. Like he literally did. And so, like I said, yeah, with what he did, you know, his sons, especially Adrian and Andrew, who I got so close to, you know, I know that, you know, we'll continue to just be with one another, supporting each other as life continues. And so know that in this season of mourning and weeping and also commemorating and celebrating, I'm right there with you. I'll continue to be there with you. We are family now, and there's nothing that can really break that. So my blessings to you and I'm constantly keeping you guys in prayer for strength and peace and courage. So thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Jennings, Dr. Antoinette Jennings. I inherit Cooley as my brother through Audrey. And when I say he was truly a real brother, he was a really true brother. He would always say, I'm proud of you. What are you doing now? I see you on Facebook. I see you on social media. I'm proud of you. And I never knew that, and we always did a lot of family things. We were always at your house. And years passed, and everybody's life is life thing. And I didn't know that Andrew's graduation or Adrian's birthday party would be the last time that we will all be together. And sometimes you wish you take advantage because you don't know. Mm-hmm. And the morning of Easter, I'll never forget it. I woke up that morning and I shot him a text that I spoke to Audrey the weekend before, and she said, he was back in the hospital. And so I knew he couldn't text me back, but I still texted him. I said, good morning, brother. I love you. And then hours later, Audrey called me and was like, the doctor said I don't look like kids. And I don't normally do the hospital thing, but I ran to the hospital and I got to say, brother, I love you. And I remember he opened his eyes, but he didn't say anything. Thank you. Opened his eyes. I said, brother, the kid was there. I love you. An impact, a true person of impact. 5,000 something students. Being a teacher is not easy. I always took my hat off. So when you're a teacher and you're able to help improve someone's life, that speaks a lot about a person's character over 20 something. One thing I know for sure is Andrew, Adrian, Annalise, he loved you guys. He worked hard for you guys. When you talk about a man of character, you can put Coulibaly name by it. Not just for his family, but for everybody. I remember my 40th birthday. I'm sorry to tell my age, right? I remember my 40th birthday a couple of years back. And Cooley's like, whatever you want. What you want, sister? You want a cake? I got you. What do you want? Tell Audrey what you want. A real brother. Just being a big brother to me. We're going to miss him, but you're not gone unless you forget. And we won't forget him. And I thank every one of you who put this together to allow us to come together, to talk about the good man that he was, to talk about the good character of a person he was, the man of integrity, a good father, a good husband, a good son-in-law, a good brother, a good uncle. Just want to say thank you.
A little bit. Perfect.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Well, you guys got me with the slideshow, so good. First and foremost, I want to say thank you so much. I can't express the gratitude enough for this program. I remember I was here since I was probably 7 or 8, going through A1, then A2, then A3, and then the 8th year again, and then maybe B1, and then B2 and B3. One of the things I remember when I was young, I was like, why am I in an algebra class? I was around 8 and I was taking up like around a freshman year high school level course. He was like, that's good for you. It's hard, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's good. Do hard things. Okay, yeah, fair enough. And yeah, I got used to hard things from my college days till now. I got very used to doing hard things, and they made me all the better for it. Thank you guys. Thank you for everything. Even in my career, I majored in computation and mathematics, so not that different. My brother is civil engineering. I know Jesse biomedical engineering, David mechanical engineering, but they're all in another analytical major. That's all direct to this program. I can't even lie and say I came out of that on my own. That's entirely this program. Um, so, and 5,000 other people more. And that's just from this program. Then it's BMCC, and then it's the high school they also taught at the Department of Education. The level of people that he impacted is, I can't conceptualize. And he taught us all the same lessons of working hard, dreaming big, and definitely going after what you can in this life. Over the course of the past few weeks, it's definitely difficult to me, and it's been a shock to me. But what shock was a lot of people that reached out to me personally, from people I didn't even know had my number. And I truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate it. I'm not that expressive, but that definitely got me through it. So I can't thank you enough for that. Yeah, and I encourage everyone to leave behind a legacy, as my father did. He was amazing. Through what we saw at his funeral, through what I heard from the schools, through what I've heard from just random emails that people I didn't meet until they reach out to me, expressing deep condolences and wishes, just shows you to the level of sincerity that they had and deep connection they had with my father. And I can't thank you all for reaching out enough. I can't thank you all for your support. And please continue to do this program, as I know I was deeply impacted, and this program is a fundamental core memory for me for life. And I hope that's extended to others as well. So thank you so much.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Alex Guedimon. I'm my dad's second son. Some of you might know me as Andrew, Alex, a bunch of different things. It's been 2 weeks since my father passed away, and I can't lie, it's been very hard. And every day, I still feel the pain from it, but in a weird way, I also still feel my father's love. He's not here physically with me. I can't hug him anymore. I can't, just call him to see how he's doing. But what I do feel is his love. And that's just by looking at everybody here, hearing everybody, and just talking to everybody. When I speak to you all, when I shake your guys' hands, when I give you guys a hug, I feel my father. And that's what helped me and what continued to help me to get through this. I'm very happy that this happened today, because it gives me the opportunity to really see the impact of my dad. I'm still young, I'm 22. Even when I was younger, I just saw my dad in just as one side of a square or whatever. He's my dad, and as one face, one aspect of him. But today I get to see all the aspects of my dad. It gave me a new perspective on him. My dad's still teaching me after he's dead, which is what really makes me feel happy. And dad always taught me everything from math, even sometimes in English. I remember he would joke with us and say "I guys from America, you guys don't know how to speak English." To me, he needed English. I remember he used to say that, he just taught me the importance of education, most importantly, and just studying and just taking time to perfect a craft at whatever you're doing. I remember when I was younger, my brother used to go to the program. I used to look at him and was and he used to tell me "Oh yeah, I'm just going to go learn stuff at a program and stuff like that." I was like, "Who wants to do that during the summer?" And then I remember he told me "Oh, I'm gonna go to the movies, Friday or whatever," because every Friday they had a trip. I was like, what? Let's go to movies? I want to do that. You know? Or we're going to go to Six Flags or whatever. I was like, I want to go. And my dad's okay, you're too young. Every summer I used to ask him, like, oh, can I come now? Can I come now? I think I eventually, like, when I was like in 4th grade or something like that, I think you guys made A0. I remember, like, I that's like where I met like so many cool people. This is where I first met you guys. And I remember just having a love for learning, or starting to have one, which is what my father gave me. I know some of you have like experiences with their parents, like teaching them, you know, or helping them do their homework or something like that. You know, coming from an immigrant background, I hear some people with immigrant parents like, oh, my dad used to beat me when I did my homework or something like that. My dad never did that. He used to just make learning fun, and I will continue to remember that through him. And I'll continue to learn. I even remember, like, through this program, it was really where I actually made a decision to pursue engineering. I remember one day, we're out, like, in the A building, in the hallway, about to leave, and my dad was, like, having, like, one last, like, talk with Dr. Kofi. I remember when he was asking me, both asking me, like, oh, what do you want to do when you grow up? I remember, like, oh, I really don't really know. But then I was like, oh, I see there's engineers that come through this program. I come here every summer. I want to be an engineer. And that's what I eventually end up doing. Even up until my dad's death, he was still teaching me. I remember complaining to him, like we'd be talking, complaining to him, like, oh, no, I'm just trying to find a job right now. I just graduated in December 2025, and I was like searching for a job. And he's like, oh, just slow down. That's what he always told me, just slow down. It's okay, just take your time. At that time, I was like, I don't really want to do that. I want to make money now. But him telling me to slow down really more affects me today, because it teaches me to really enjoy life while it's here. Life is a very temporary thing, and it really affects me today, and really reminds me of that every day. So my dad, even after his death, posthumously teaches me how to go through life. Even like not even directly, but just through other people and his connections with others. He's the first person to connect me with STEM, which was my first job. Up until like his last like breath, he connected me with my uncle Don was in the Zoom to even get a job at Con Edison. So he was always helping me. He's always teaching me and reminding me to slow down and take your time and just do everything to the best of my ability. And that's what I'll continue to do. I just want to say thank you once again for everyone who came, everyone who's on Zoom. Thank you for all like your condolences. I know every day like some people ask me like, oh, like, what do you need? Just tell me what you need, you know. Let me know. But what I really would need from you guys coming from here is to continue my father's legacy by helping each other out, by teaching meaningful lessons to others, and just, again, smiling. And that's what my father did. Even now, I'm coming to the realization that my father really did what he loves. Not a lot of people really have the opportunity to do that. I remember when I was younger, I used to think that, oh, you know, my parents just get a job for money, and that's what I thought. But no, he worked at Eximus, and then he worked at college at night. He came here in the summer, and he worked college at night, again, because he loved what he did. And that's what makes me even more happy about my dad's life. My dad's life wasn't a life of someone working themselves to death, or overworking themselves, never taking vacation, because he didn't really take vacations, but because he was doing what he loved.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm very happy about. So thank you very much for coming. Best wishes to you all. Thank you.
Yep, there. Right there.
don't know if I might be able to say many words, but I thank you all for coming. I thank you all for acknowledging Coulibaly's kindness, his dedication, and all the hard work that he put in to this college. I know he was a very, very good father to my grandchildren. Yes, he see them through college. He worked hard and supported them. They never had to drop out. They never had to wonder where the money coming from for school. Everything was just there. Only sorry, my granddaughter only had him for 12 years. But the boys had full time. And I thank God for him. Thank you.
office staff, to the colleagues, and on behalf of the Mathematics and Computer Science Department, and the project to access the program at Russell Community College. And on behalf of the New York State Education Department, and on behalf of the Science and Technology Entry Program funded by the New York State. Yes. So we are really happy to share this moment. Mr. Coulibaly will be missed, but to the family, his legacy will stay forever. So thank you for this special moment, and then let's enjoy the refreshment.
Thank you, Dr. Kofi.
Thank you, Yeah, thank you for those who joined virtually. Yeah, thank you.